Quick disclaimer. Should we comment on the author of a fanfiction, we are simply using context clues based on the content of the fanfiction being read. These comments are speculative and not meant to be insulting or judgmental towards the author. Similarly, any statements or opinions read as part of the fanfictions do not necessarily represent the values of the hosts. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Pick a Fic, the world's #1 fanfiction podcast. My name is Jason, and with me is my brother Micah.
Hello.
So, this week we have I don't think we have much to discuss in terms of the stuff we've been doing, the movies we've been watching. But what was it? Yesterday we watched Tangled, the Disney movie Tangled. It's a classic.
Yep.
We both grew up with it.
Yep.
We've watched it 1 more billion times.
Yep.
And it was just as good as I remember.
Yep. Definitely an 8 out of 10. I really liked it, but it's like I don't really have like a desire to watch it again, I guess.
No, yeah. Well, I've seen it so many times. That's more why.
Right.
Not necessarily because it was like, it's unwatchable or whatever. And then we also watched Cars 2, which was an experience.
Cars 2, that's the big one, man. That's the big kahuna, as they say, if you're from Hawaii.
Yeah.
I think. Where did that term come from?
Hawaii.
Oh, okay. So I'm watching a Buddha Moose stream where he does a Nancy Drew a Hawaii game, and it's just kind of funny. It's just a funny game. But yeah, no, Cars 2. I was a Cars kid, like a really, really big Cars kid, and to like have a sequel to Cars coming out, oh boy, that's a big deal. But we never saw it in theaters when it came out. I don't know why. Like, I told mom and dad that I really wanted to see it, but they just never took me to the theater to see it, or any of us. Our neighbors next door gave us, like, they rented it from Redbox, and they just gave us a DVD one time, and that's how we watched it. It was like 3 months after the movie came out, or so. But yeah, no, I'm glad, because as a kid I didn't like it. I thought it was a huge disappointment. It was so lame and dumb, and I haven't watched it since. And that was like when it came out, like what, 2010? 11. Yeah, so like what is it? Like 13, 14 years later, I'm watching it and I'm like, yep, this movie's still dumb, but it's not as bad as people say it is. But it's still dumb.
My argument is that it is a good movie, but a bad sequel. And that's why it's like, I think that's why it was so poorly received. But like, most of the movie I enjoyed, like, not as much as most other Pixar movies. But just calling it Cars 2, putting Lightning McQueen on the cover, I mean, of course he's on the cover, but like the front, he's on the front. He is the frontmost character on the movie poster. Is honestly deceptive marketing. Like, it's because like at the end of the day, like, a title is part of marketing, like, technically.
Yeah.
Because like if you name your movie like Doohickey McWiggins, like, no one's gonna go watch it.
Except me. I would be there.
I mean,
I'll be the opening night.
Me and the boys showing up to Doohickey McWiggins premiere.
That sounds like a 90s like Disney movie, like live action Disney movie starring like Eddie Murphy or something. I don't know.
But like, it's called Cars 2. That means it's the sequel to the movie Cars, but this is not a sequel to the movie Cars. It literally isn't. It's if you took Mater's Tall Tale and just stretched it over a movie. But like, I don't even mean that in a bad way. Like, they actually have a lot to work on with this one concept, and there's a lot of good jokes in this movie. The issue is literally just that they called it Cars 2. That's the biggest mistake they made in this entire movie's production, is calling it Cars 2. Call it Cars like Mater's Spy Adventure, or even just call it the Mater movie or something like that.
Oh yeah, the Maiden movie would I think today that's what they would call it, just the Maiden movie.
Yeah, and that's because that's what it is. It's not. I'm not saying like sequels should only follow or one character throughout the whole thing, but it's like in this situation, where it's like, you know, with family properties, like family friendly properties, where kids have expectations, you know, and like you do have to like abide by that to a degree, where it's like kids didn't like this movie, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, some did, but I think the majority of kids like could at least detect that this wasn't like supposed to be what a sequel is, and like we both felt that when we watched it when we were younger. But yeah, it's like it's very bizarre, and it's fun to watch.
Yes,
that's the thing. It was like. It was very fun, you know, just making fun of it, just being like, it's a goofy movie. And it's like, the first Cars had a lot of like serious moments, and it had a very meaningful plot or like a message at the end. And this one is just like, be nice. Mm-hmm. This is like, this kind of be nice to people. Yeah, I could go on and on about Cars 2. But that's basically my opinions on it. It's like, call it something else, and it's a pretty good movie. Not great or anything, but
it really bothered me just how they Mater was the only character essentially. Like he was the one with like 90% of the focus, and it's even though like you said, Lightning McQueen is on the cover, it's like the movie's barely about him. Like, it sets up that the movie's about him, and they're in the Italian writer Francesco.
No, it's San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco.
Because his name sounds like San Francisco.
Yeah. Like, it sets that up as that's going to be the plot, is Lightning getting a new rival, and like not just the Pissing Cup, but like a world like Grand Prix, and like that is. It sounds so much more interesting than a movie about Mater and being a spy, and it's suddenly like the movie just the spy stuff that takes away that, like then the races just don't matter, the rival doesn't matter, like nothing matters except the spies.
It even would have worked if Mater's spy antics were a B plot.
Yeah,
like, if they never had the opening scene on the oil rigs, and it's just like. And it wasn't like affecting the race directly like it was. If they kind of like tweaked it to where Mater would just show up in each race doing something weird, and Lightning would just have to react and like get through that to still finish the race, even though Mater's just doing something weird. It would have been
actually a really funny B plot if Mater was just
you're wondering the whole time, like, why does Mater have a Gatling gun all of a sudden? Why does Mater have rocket boosters? And then at the end. Then they kind of show like that. Oh, there's this guy.
Everything's
like, oh, there's this British guy who thinks I'm a spy, so I'm being a spy, and it's like
everything will just come together.
Yeah, and then like they can still do like the arguments and whatever to get the same like friendship plot. Across, and like even with what they came up with, they could have done it better, and it's like, but for what we got, it's like. Of all the franchises to get ruined immediately, this is the one I would pick, because the other ones are way more like Cars 1 is divisive as it is. Like, I personally enjoy it, but it's not a it shouldn't be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like the first one. How am I trying to say? The first one should, but like the franchise as a whole can't, if that makes sense. Like, the franchise as a whole is such a dumb concept. I can suspend my disbelief for one movie, but like. This movie proves it, because like they introduce a lot of concepts that make you question their existence even more than you already did in the first one. In the first one, I didn't really care because I was more invested in the plot. But in this one, since I wasn't invested in the plot, I didn't care about the story they were telling. Then I'm just thinking about that stuff the entire movie. Just like, why is there a sink in the bathroom? What does that even mean?
Yeah.
Like, their awkwardly long handshake at the beginning, it's just like, stop. Just
my gosh,
you keep making me think of how they're stretching their axles out to like move their tires like hands, and then like the freaking Yakuza scene in the bathroom. Like, it was just bizarre. Everything. Like, the cars are blowing up. They're killing.
Yeah. The cars.
It's a G-rated movie. This movie's rated G. I thought it was PG, but it's not.
Yeah.
There's like. like thousands of deaths in this movie. And even more so in the video game, which is a way better product, by the way. It's really fun to blow up lemons. Dude, it's so fun to blow up lemons in the Cars 2 video game.
Oh, I really want to.
And do like sick like tricks and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so that's our Disney stuff. We have no update on the Paramount movies. The Paramount animated movies was also been watching because
what would be next? Like, because we're watching it tonight.
Was it Wonder Park? I think Wonder Park is
boy,
next.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
It is. Wonder Park is next. No comment on that.
No comment.
I don't know what that is.
No comment.
So we're just gonna find out. All right, so that this is a fan fiction podcast. It might be even be the fan fiction podcast. So I would invite you, Micah, to open Sonic Riders many years later to Prologue 3.
It's already open. Do you want me to close it and then open it up again?
Yes.
All right.
Where we left off, Tails was in the Babylon Rogues Zeppelin, trying to like. What was he trying to? Was he like?
Okay, so like the Zeppelin's creating like a vortex that's like killing
so he's just trying
people.
to stop it, right? He's just trying.
Yeah, and
yeah, because they had all that like energy or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
and we had the air energy.
The air energy.
Yeah, and Wave is going to teach Tails how to turn it off. Yeah.
But Wave is like, you can't touch my stuff, you
can't.
piece of shit, stupid little baby boy.
Yeah.
And then Tails is like, oh, but I'm the only one you can.
Yeah. It's their chemistry's great. I love it. This is a Tails X Wave fan fiction. So we're definitely going to see.
The last chapter ended with Wave saying "I hate you" and then Tails saying "It is mutual."
I mean, what if the author just stopped right there and we just never got any more?
Most of the fan fictions we read, that's how it ends up. Like it stops right before it's about to get good.
I still feel like this isn't gonna finish. Like we're gonna get 30 chapters in and it's not going to be finished.
They're gonna set up the most insane like plot reveal and be like the next chapter will be like up for adoption.
Oh my god! No.
Yeah. Oh, I should get the list of who we are.
Yes,
voices, because I always forget.
We're gonna keep forgetting every chapter.
So I am Sonic, Silver, Vector, Wave, Amy, Eggman, and Rogueway.
Yeah.
You are Omochao, Tails, Charmy, Storm, Jet, Cream, Gemerl, and Espio.
I'm Jet?
No.
Yeah.
Why did I put that there? I'm another character.
You're everyone.
I'm also Shadow. Shadow.
Everyone. Like I thought I was getting so much by being Tails, but no, like
apparently
Tails
not. Apparently Tails doesn't say words.
Tails barely talks in this.
But then you've had like 3 full paragraphs of Omochao, so it's made up for it.
We're never seeing Omochao again after this. I don't think.
I mean, I can transfer characters to you. Like I do have a lot.
If
Amy starts monologuing, you're gonna be Amy. Something like that. Like
yeah.
Because like a lot of the characters I picked have very similar voices, so it's hard for me to keep track of like how each one sounds.
I'm not the hedgehog, so if
none of the hedgehog, but I like my voices for all.
Yeah. I mean, you do a good Shadow and Silver.
I'm going to kill you.
When does Zavik appear? It is like one of the chapters is called like the black R's and in next is just like the deadly six.
Just like introducing everyone.
Everyone's here.
This is the final chapter. Just everyone is here. It's just like, oh yeah, freaking Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny.
Johnny shows up.
Chris Thorndike appears.
Oh my gosh. All right. So this is Sonic Riders many years later, Chapter 3, Prologue 3. No. Do you think... Never mind. They kind of started the race in the last one. There's no race anymore.
There's no race. No,
the race is dead.
The race is that people are dying right now. And like Sonic's first move is to be disqualified when shit starts going down.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I have to help those people, but I'll be disqualified. Just goes and helps.
Well, he doesn't even think about it. He just does it.
Right. And then I think Jet makes fun of him or whatever. Anyway, with Wave's instructions, Tails made it to the main terminal of the vehicle. And with her codes and instructions, he had no problem entering to the main system. From what Wave had explained, the ship had a cloaking device that covered it fully. Said cloaking device was manipulated and improved, which became this incredible force field. They also had a displacement protection machine that somehow put the ship in its own 3 dimensions, avoiding the chaos control. Wave also explained that they had an incredible amount of energy inside the ship and that it had to be stopped. Already working on the main computer, he wouldn't have much problem entering and stopping all of this. Suddenly, he found himself unable to keep inserting commands to the computer. The monitor blackened. The only thing on it was an Eggman head laughing, multiplying itself along with the laughter. Our young hero took a few steps back, surprised. He kept typing like a madman, hoping to possibly fight for the control back. And he was making progress. All he needed was a way to isolate the infested area from the rest of the machine. He introduced a few more commands, inserting an order, and, out of the blue, a nasty blow came to his face. Petting his left temple, he rose his eyes. Eggman's blue metal was above the young fox. Just picturing like a rectangular just slab of metal.
I know. I was thinking the same thing though as Sonic.
Seemingly, his priority was to destroy the terminal, so he pointed his arms, which turned into an arm cannon. Tails reacted immediately, using his pair of tails to move the cannon. The blast hitting an empty spot of the ship. The world froze for a second for Tails, fear and regret starting to grow. He had just attacked a Metal Sonic, one that others more capable than him had trouble with, while being all alone in a narrow What? He's not alone. He had the other 2.
I think they went off somewhere.
They left. They just dipped. They're just like about to head out.
That's...
While being all alone in a narrow passage of the ship, and who knows where the others were. The metal was still for a moment, only now moving his head and looking at Tails' eyes.
Resistance found. Engage battle.
The robot said. It might had your typical robot monotonous voice, but Tails could swore that it sounded like he was looking to it. That is the sentence that makes sense. He threw a punch at the yellow fox head, but the latter moved away at the right time. His assault continued with a round kick, hitting his opponent in the stomach and knock his air out. The boy needed a moment to recompose. As soon as he could, Tails flew toward the robot, carry him, and once he got as high as possible, he pushed the 2 of them against the floor to try to do some extra damage with the help of gravity. He indeed did damage to himself. All his upper body burned thanks to this attempt of an attack. He wondered if he had actually caused any harm to the robot. The metal slapped him with his metallic backhand, sending Tails flying. Still on the floor, the metal moved closer, ready to finish it. It was then that the monitors turned on. On them, not only the fight that Tails was having with the blue metal was being projected, but also the fight between the red metal, Gemerl, and Storm in the energy storage area somewhere in the ship, and it was being shown in the projectors in the racetrack. The metal looked away, processing what it should do. On its back, the young mechanic saw a USB port. Yeah, an idea formed, though it would be a stretch if it worked. He runs on Windows 95, 98, 95, so... He threw himself at the Metal Sonic, landing on its back. Before the metal could react, he also took an USB cable that was already connected to the computer he was working before. The robot effortlessly threw him aside, but not before Tails connected the other end on it. Soon the robot started moving uncontrollably on its back eyes, in parentheses, eye question mark, parentheses. The face of Eggman appeared, started laughing, and multiplied just like in the computer. It wasn't long before the robot went down.
This is Tails, right?
Yeah.
think Chaos Eggman is a mediocre mechanic.
He sighed in relief, still surprised Eggman wouldn't put an antivirus program on his own robot to protect him from his own virus. Returning to his work, Tails still had to figure out how to save everything around here. Elsewhere. Will I sneeze or not? I don't know. It didn't take Storm or Gemerl long to reach the containment area, where the metal red was working. Or the red metal was working. I was like, what? Or at least it used to be red, but the overpowered machine was now golden, brimming with power. That didn't faze the Albatross at all, who simply threw his fist directly on the metal's face. However, the metal also launched a punch and, avoiding the bird attack, landed first and sent him flying.
I will handle this,
Gemerl said, revealing a number of machine guns, mini missiles, and cannons inside him.
Wait, if you hit any container, the whole Sky Fortress zone will go kaboom!
Storm explained, remembering how graphic Wave had explained to make sure he understood.
That idea suggests bird brain.
It's funny because he's a bird. Gemerl complained, putting his arsenal back in place. The metal attacked both of them with lightning, hitting and knocking both down. The bot moved closer to them and was ready to destroy the big bird with his optic lasers, but Gemerl hit his leg, making it losing footing and the shot.
Hey, who's talking here?
Gemerl? Sure.
If that's all you got, then this won't take long.
The metal took a few steps back, but the black robot wasn't going to give him a chance. Gemerl launched a kick, but the shining opponent blocked it with his arms. Before anything else, Gemerl and the metal started trading blows, apparently equals in speed and power. That was until Gemerl's arm went numb, unable to block a punch to the face.
Shit!
He said, feeling something on his neck getting a little loose. The same happened to his leg, another hit entering cleanly. The good robot was sent flying and crashed at one of the containers, denting it. He tried to lift himself, but different parts of his body went on and off at different intervals. Unable to do anything he wanted to.
Damn it!
The metal walked slowly closer to Gemerl, his eyes glowing red and filled with energy.
Sorry, Cream. I could not stop him.
He thought with certain fatality. He hated seeing Cream crying after he was badly damaged. Made it feel like he had failed her. The metal grabbed Gemerl and threw him away from the containers. Guess it didn't want to go off in a massive explosion. And, better yet, Storm appeared and punched the bot before it could react and crashed at the floor, leaving a full body dent on the floor. He didn't just stop there and continued punching him deeper and deeper.
Stop already!
He screamed with full anger. It seemed to be working. The color of the metal went to its original color. It span out of Storm reach and directed himself at the cylinder. Pulling out several cables from his fingers, he inserted those on the container. As he absorbed more energy, his color started to fluctuate, slowly getting back that gold color it had before. Storm, however, wouldn't let it have his way, and, lifting the cylinder and using it as a club, he tried to crush him. The robot, however, kept avoiding him and connecting at available containers.
Hold still and let me destroy you!
Storm shouted and flailed the giant object, finally connecting with the opponent. Except the metal had regained its gold color back and stopped Storm attack effortlessly.
Uh-oh.
The big bird said slowly before getting thrown away, hit with his own makeshift weapon.
Did you lie about how durable those things are? They are indestructible.
Gemerl shouted, still trying to get a hold of himself.
They are susceptible to energy and explosive. Oh!
Storm shouted, receiving another hit by the metal.
Damn it!
He cursed, observing the fight still going south. Thankfully, Tails made contact to his inner communicator.
Gemerl, you got me! Hey Tails, good to hear about you. Tell me you have a way to stop this asshole, because, you know, getting beaten over and over is not my idea for a fun time.
He started as if it was a normal day, only to slowly change into an increasing anger.
I have something. I am at the main terminal. I have video proof of what Eggman has done here and exposed him at the screens of the racetrack. However, the force field, winds, and lightning are not under the main machine's control. It is likely the metal which is connected to everything by an advanced web. Get to the goddamn point.
Gemerl snapped, knowing it didn't had its time.
Get the metal out of the room once it runs out of energy. I will shut it, and then everything should end.
Tails explained.
Seriously? That's your brilliant plan?
Gemerl answered. Then Storm was thrown again, looking like he wouldn't be able to fight any longer.
Here we go again.
The bot sighed tiredly, not wanting to get into the fight again, but still did. As expected, the metal beat him rapidly, putting Gemerl in a similar condition to Storm. Once again, the shine on the metal went away.
Quick, we must get him out now.
Gemerl forced out, trying to lift himself from the floor. Then his arm felt from its socket.
I need that.
Storm managed to lift himself again, but looked dizzy and ready to fall again. They wouldn't be able to prevent him from recharging again. Suddenly, when the metal looked the most vulnerable, Rouge appeared out of nowhere and hit the bot with her drill kick. The metal was pushed away, close to Storm, who timely punched it too. It was pushed closer to the exit and further from the energy. It tried to fly, get to the energy on a different side from where the three heroes were, but Gemerl Arsenal made it step back again. Before it had time to react, they had already closed the gap between themselves and landed a hit. The metal resisted on place, fought barely, but the three just pushed forward, managing to get him out.
Tails, now.
He immediately said, and the door closed in an instant. There, the fight was done. The metal was in a too damaged shape to keep fighting. However, our three guys were still not done. Boys, it's payback time. I don't remember. Rouge said with a vicious smile. With the metal out of the picture, things on the Zeppelin rapidly normalized. Skyforcer's Zone was left too damaged. It was a surprise it was still standing. Gun was already adjusting its trajectory and height, hoping for it to fall in an empty and safe area. The race might have gone down the gutter, but most of the people was unharmed and no one actually died, though every competitor was too tired to do anything after such a crazy experience. However, there was still a question left unanswered. Why had they taken so much wind energy and contained it? Why had they hidden themselves from the people? And how was it so powerful?
It is fourth dimension crossing,
Tails said in disbelief and awe, looking like the excitable kid people around him sometimes forget he is. Took you long enough, Shorty, Wave complained. As he said, the amount of energy we stored was meant to let us do various dimension jumps before needing to recharge, at least until that goddamn metal showed up. As for the force field, it was the mechanism meant to fully cover the Zeppelin and permit it travel. Eggman somehow weaponized it into that weird vortex and isolated it on the metal, forcing us to destroy it to stop it. It probably would have escaped, but things got complicated for him again. As for why it was hidden, we knew that this amount of energy could be dangerous in the wrong hands. We were really hoping no one would notice. But Eggman did, Shadow interrupted. No one asked you, Emo the Edgehog, Wave snapped at him, something she regretted immediately since Shadow walking closer to the rogues as menacingly as ever was enough to worry anyone. Shadow, stop it, Rouge told him, and he obeyed without saying much. Look, guys, you might be deep in charges, but from thief to thief, we will cover your escape. Just expect me wanting a retribution later, Rouge explained. Or else it is Omega and me you get, Shadow said. Or else you get them, Rouge said monotonously.
That's our cue to get out of here,
Jet stated, but the rest of the racers got in their way. Didn't think you would just leave without a proper goodbye, didn't ya? Sonic made them stop, accompanied by every single other racer that should have been in that last race. I think this is Jet? Yeah.
Let's leave this clear. We are not friends, and next time we see each other, we will settle the score once and for all.
Yeah, and I look forward to our next competition, buddy, he replied, knowing that Jet didn't like being called buddy.
I said we are not friends,
Jet shouted again.
Why won't he just admit he likes Sonic?
Knuckles said with his eyes half closed, seeing his act pointless.
Just like you once did, Knuckles!
Charmy joined.
We are nothing alike.
Jet was also supposed to say that at the same
man.
That's my fault. I should have read a sentence
this
ahead.
Sucks.
Surprisingly, Jet and Knuckles answered at the same time, exchanging looks and decided to look away from each other with a SBO.
Oh, you know, you might be a thief, but you have shown honor and pride in your lifestyle.
SBO said.
Not that your opinion matters.
Jet tried to dismiss his comment, but he definitely looked flattered by his comment. Okay.
Man, you are so easy to trick, dumbass!
Charmy saying dumbass is amazing.
Love it.
Charmy joked again, this time upsetting Jet enough to pursue him with no result since the kid just flew out of reach. On the other side, Amy, Silver, and Tails were speaking with Storm, the three carrying the massive S-type board.
Storm, my board!
The bird exclaimed in surprise.
Good as new,
Amy said. Oh, Silver.
It was a collective effort. Just don't tell Wave or she might get angry.
Silver said as the big bird. He's just a big bird, man. He's such a big bird. As the big bird took it out of their hands.
But why?
Storm asked, still looking at the board as in disbelief.
Because that's what feds do.
Tails asked like it was the most obvious thing to say. Storm put down his board and then hugged his friend softly, tears flowing through his face. They didn't say anything, just let him cry to his heart content. Wave didn't want to meet with anyone. In fact, she tried to avoid them and get to the ship as fast as she could. Pretty much everyone was giving her dirty looks for hitting the little sister of the group.
Wait!
Oh, was it because she did the thing to Cream?
Yeah, because...
That's why they're mad, not because they are storing vortex levels of energy? Zeppelin?
Well, Eggman did that, and that was Eggman's fault. That wasn't that.
Sure, whatever. Cream shouted from behind, getting the Swallow's attention. Gemerl was at her side.
I have something for you,
she said, showing her sun protective hat and a flower bracelet.
I know they are not your style, and you can reject them if you want to. I just wanted to give you something for you to remember me.
She's leaving?
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Wave remained silent, monotonous. It's not what monotonous means. She then took her own glasses and put them on the child's head. Cream's eyes had a unique shine on them, like she had received something she had always wanted. You better take good care of them, you hear me? Cream rose her eyes at... Why is that the way you say it? Cream rose her eyes at Wave. A little jumpy from the intensity of the bird expressed herself. However, Wave offered her a very kind smile. Little after Cream just threw herself at her friend... Little after Cream just threw herself at her friend and hugged her. A little later, Cream went away with a smile on her face. Wave was also satisfied by the exchange. That was really sweet, you know? A certain blue hedgehog appeared behind the bird woman. Taking the bird woman taking her by surprise just for a moment.
What do you want? Getting angry just as everyone else? For your information, I was racing and one shouldn't just hold back because she is young.
She defended herself even before he had the chance to say anything. And I thank you for that, Sonic just said. Wave looked at him like he was an alien, not believing what he said. Look, I don't condone child abuse or anything, but my friends and I tend to overprotect Cream, he explained. I would love for Cream to not needing to fight for herself, but that's not the world we live in. We all need to be ready for whatever Eggman or any evil being wants to harm us. She is growing pretty capable, and she will mature even better if we, her friends and family, are willing to help her growth, not stopping it dead on its tracks. The most profound statement, and I'm doing my stupid Sonic voice. He continued, sounding sad but serious and sure. Wave had actually never seen Sonic in such a manner. Well, I don't see you putting your weight in helping her grow, she said, trying to reduce her surprise for such a conversation. Well, Cream didn't go to you from zero, did she? Sonic commented back with his more cheerful self. Wave turned around, letting go a sound and walked away. And finally, the trio of birds entered their ship. Once again, they were able to look at their friends, still waving. Wave felt her heart starting to ache. She would miss psyching out Tails in whatever... Yes, it's starting! She would miss psyching out Tails in whatever way she could. The little things Cream somehow convinced to do, like just enjoy a flower field. That weird frenemy relationship she had with Rouge, both competitive but supportive. She didn't like how much she was already missing all of them. Where are they going? Are they just gonna die?
I guess they're just leaving.
They're just
like
I think forever.
But
are they trying to imply that they're like going back to their dimension?
No, they're
and like not coming. Like I don't know
what dimension. What dimension? They're
because like in the canon of the games, they're from like a different.
Right.
It's like a different universe.
So did they?
Well, actually, not really, because they're in the Chaotix podcast thing. I don't know.
No,
I'm just trying to guess.
Wait.
Like,
no, I think they're just like, okay, guys,
they're just leaving.
I guess we're done. Like, see ya.
But they're acting like they're literally never going to see these people again in their lives. Like that's the vibe I'm getting, or it's going to be like years.
No, I just think it was a wild day for them.
Well, Storm's crying. I don't know.
Oh
man.
wait, what is it?
Storm wasn't much better. Tears still falling from his face. He had wiped them several times at this point. His arm feathers soaked at this point from wiping. Smarter people had always been mean to him, but Tails was always nice, and he could be surprisingly silly and indecisive, things he could easily relate. The Chaotix were always fun and silly, and he always had a blast with them. Sometimes literally, this paragraph is one sentence. He also liked Amy a bit. He could help her in some of her pastimes. Though the girl was a little too violent when boxing for his leg, that he boxes with Amy? It's kind of cool, actually. Get moving, Jet ordered in a... Get moving, Jet ordered in a low but demanding voice, giving them the back. Micah, what does giving them the back mean?
I think he's like doing like I don't know, wait.
Like
either like they're okay,
like
either,
holding them like their backs and like forcing them to turn around or something.
Either he's like slapping the back, or he's like
giving
facing
a
like
a tush push.
No, or he's like giving like he's like looking out the window and he's just like
he's like looking back
over the shoulder. Yeah.
They both noticed him shaking a little, and they knew he was also affected by the goodbye. He would die to admit it, but he also liked Sonic and his friends. For a while, the rogues were unmatched. He didn't notice that they had gotten dull. What? Even as thieves and treasure hunters, those things were producing to him less and less adrenaline and excitement. Meeting the blue blur was like receiving a wake-up slap. This made him realize that he wasn't the best, that he wasn't untouchable as he once thought. But not only as racers, they had made him better. Shadow and Silver weren't foes he could just simply go and attack, forcing him to think more strategically. He also saw on them a much calmer and steadfast resolve that made them better shot callers than him initially. In resume, they made him a better leader. The trio had changed, for better or worse, thanks to them. Soon the Zeppelin was covered in a blue light, and, soon after, the vehicle got transparent until it was no more. Oh yeah, we're almost done.
Alright.
Wave peeked her head out, scanning the room. No one was in their living room. She's trying to watch the Roy Jabib channel. If you look through the windows, you could see a weird blue coloration with white waves moving lengthways, signaling they were still traveling through dimensions. Ah yes, the female wasn't sure why she was doing this, but she felt the need to just be alone with the stuff Cream just gave her. She knew it was better to simply do that in her room, but she felt it wouldn't be okay. Okay, wait. Do you really... So, the need to, like, change up, like, descriptors and stuff, you know, like, this person, this author's feeling, like, always saying, like, the bird, or, like, you know, like the big bird, instead of just saying storm all the time. You know, like...
Yeah. Yeah, well,
it's just weird.
No, it is. Like, you don't
like...
do that all the time. You just do it, like, here and there, too. Like
you go... You're reading a book, they don't just say, like, the guy said, or, like, the man's, you know? Like,
right.
Like, saying the female is so funny. Because it's like...
No, they are doing it way too much.
I don't know who's saying.
Can't sleep.
Wave immediately hid the hat and flowers handed by Cream behind her. Storm appeared in the entrance of their living room. He looked concerned for his partner. Why do you even care? Wave snapped.
I was trying to be nice. I won't kill you, you know.
He snapped back.
You were just trying to make fun of me, you fool.
Sure, I jam a foot for being nice with you.
You are both being fools.
A third voice joined, gaining the other two attentions. Jet looked just as sleep-deprived as the other two.
Stop being annoying. We got a journey ahead, and I need you two at your best.
The two older birds exchanged nervous, like, just say people. I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Jet, don't you feel like...
Wave started.
This is wrong.
Storm continued. Thing to do, Jet finished. The rogues went silent for a bit. Each other completing the other sentence was not that weird. Bird anthros have strong, accurate hunches, according to Wave, a residual quality of weather guessing normal birds have to know when it is best to emigrate and where? Emigrate? It had happened a number of times at this point.
Who cares? Jet asked. We are the Babylon Rogues. We have faced monsters, Metal Sonics, even a black hole monster. It doesn't matter what comes at us. We will beat them.
The Hawk speeches had improved over the years. That you interrupted the speech to just say, like, they got better.
Like, was it like
what? Is there lore that we're missing?
But we won't be able to do that if you are still looking back now.
He lifted his fist, expecting his partners to do the same. More confident, they did as Jet expected, the three fists pumping together.
From now on, the Babylon Rogues only look forward, never backward.
Author's note here, so it can be seen in both deviant and fanfiction. Men, what I hope to be a short, small prologue, ending up being a not-so-short 3-part thing. But I quite like how this came out. If anyone asks why Wave and Cream were so close, it is... This is a username. Rondine Viola Fault, a DeviantArt artist who used to make drawings about the rogues. Parentheses. I searched for him/her one of these days, but couldn't find the account. And he/she made the connection that in the first Sonic Riders, the first Wave mission of each stage was always a Cream mission. I also like the idea that Sonic trained Cream for a bit. I imagine him having this kind of thoughts from the Sonic X series where he left Cream beat Emerald. Yes, I am using mostly video game canon for this fic, but Emerald's story is the anime one. Another paragraph of author note. The real fics start from here on out, and I hope it ends up being worthwhile. Special thanks to the previously mentioned Rondine Viola, Chicago PD Stars, K-Force, Jeff with a weird spelling, as well as any other Tales X Wave and Babylon Rogues artists, parentheses, but specifically any Tales X Wave, I have seen and read over the years. With Wave barely appearing in any Sonic the Hedgehog media, it is you guys who keep this ship floating. Finally, from this point onward, there will be plenty of shippings in Paris. There we go, dude. Can we keep it together? I have seen some YouTubers putting their favorite Sonic the Hedgehog couples, and the comment sections get a little out of control. From what I have seen, it is calmer here in fanfiction and DeviantArt, but I still hope we avoid any heavy conflicts. Nastories out.
Well, Nastories, you don't have to worry about us because we love this fanfiction.
We are in for all. Oops, that was 28 chapters.
Yes. However, I think it's a good time to take a break here. We did to finish the prologues, and after that author note, I feel like,
Why are you telling the audience what I'm going to do?
I didn't know if you were going to, so I just.
Oh, I thought you, because I told you that I was gonna every 3 chapters I was gonna take a break and do a different one.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought you were just telling them that instead of me. Do
you want to tell them that? Go ahead.
I mean, because it's my fan fiction.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Every 3 chapters, I'm gonna pick from my other stuff because I have a long list, and there's some that I have to get to. Plus, it is officially March, and this year we have introduced new April Fool's rules, in which at any point that we record in March, we can basically sabotage each other's fan fiction and do something else, like another fan fiction.
We'll sabotage a fan fiction by doing another fan fiction.
I think that's what we wrote down. I'm going off of memory, but so there won't necessarily be an April Fool's video on April Fool's, but in April there will be I guess blind sides, you can call them.
Yeah.
Kind of like what I did with whatever that one was last season.
Malagasy Adventure.
Malagasy Part 2 wasn't actually Malagasy Part 2.
Oh, what? Crazy.
If you didn't know by now. So that's kind of what this month will be, is that. But yeah, so don't let the titles deceive you. The next chapter of Sonic Riders may not actually be Sonic Riders. You never know. Micah could come out with some, I don't know, freaking something
Yep,
weird.
I could come up with something. You are correct.
Something. I was trying to think of a funny thing, but I couldn't. Anyway, this has been the prologue to Sonic Riders many years later. Micah, do you have any thoughts so
it's
far?
It's a very long prologue. Very.
I mean, he said the author himself said it got out of hand.
I mean, yeah, it gets out of hand here and there. I get that.
You're making it up as you go. That's how most fan fictions are written. So it's
there is so much here that just didn't need to be in here.
Prologue, the entire 3 prologues, basically.
Okay, what was the deal with the dimension hopping?
They're going to a new dimension.
So
that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking they're supposed to be from another dimension.
But it's just so weird because if you just start out everyone's known each other, everything's normal, everyone just knows each other. I've always imagined, I thought this was in the Riders universe.
Do you want my headcanon, or I need to stop saying that. My theory for this specific fanfiction is that because the Riders, they said they're going off the games.
Uh-huh.
The Riders take place in a different canon because they're very different. They take place in a completely different world. But I think the point of this is that this probably is that Sonic and friends were going into the Babylon's world in Sonic Riders, and this is the Babylons coming into their world. because they're in what Sky Fortress Zone, which is not in the Riders world.
You're right.
And they're acting like they've known each other, so it's like the other, and they mentioned the other things, like the Riders plots,
Yeah.
like the final bosses. So it's like that happened already.
Mm-hmm.
I think this takes place in when was this? So it was published 2018. I think it was in like the 2018 timeline. Whatever it was, so like Sonic Forces basically was the newest one. That's my guess. Like this piecing together the random little like things that people say, like that's kind of what I'm gathering. It could just be completely wrong, and they could be in the Babylon Rogues dimension or the main dimension, and just going to a different dimension is going to be completely new. Because like I said in the description, it talks about that they went on a dimensional journey, leaving friends and family behind.
Okay.
And then they're gonna come back to what I assume is the prologue world, just from the description. So it's not like.
Well, so here's the thing though. That everyone's dressed in their Sonic Riders. Like,
Are they?
Yeah, because it says here.
Because they have like goggles and whatever.
Well, like, yeah, and then Cream gives her some protective hat, which is part of her design.
I don't even remember that.
Anyway, I'm gonna. Yeah, she has like a little hat, a little sun visor thing.
Okay.
No flower bracelet. I think that's just something they made up.
Wasn't that in Sonic X?
Yeah, I feel like that was a thing in
some
Sonic.
Kind of like flower jewelry.
I feel like that was a thing. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, no, I'm invested though. Like, I think the characters are fun. I like how they, give some creative liberties with them.
There's literally, you can't do much with the characters that are only in 2 games. Like
right. So they just make them swear all the time, and it's great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's going to be very rogue centric going forward.
Yep.
But hopefully these guys keep showing up in the story, and we can do our funny voices.
Yes, and there'll be so many characters to come, but
maybe OCs will start showing
maybe
up.
OCs will start showing up.
And we still need to figure out where/when this takes place.
Yep.
But other than that, it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
So join us in some time in the future for Chapter 4 of Sonic Riders many years later. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it, and so you can catch whatever shenanigans we do next. Yeah, that's about it.
Thanks for listening.
Goodbye.